Welcome back to another episode of Songs, Secrets and Magic. I'm your host, Ezra Nixon. Today's song, We Are the Champions by Queen. This is a ridiculously good song. Like every song that we're going to cover in this series, you're going to notice a theme. Only the best. Now, I remember being a kid listening to this track. And not really noticing anything particularly magical about it. I don't think you do when you're a kid. You just kind of listen to the lyrics and, maybe the bit of the melody. And when I was listening to this song earlier, trying to work out what was going on, I realised that it is just oozing with magic. Like, I just kept noticing things. I don't want this to become boring and too long, so we're going to look at the real good bits. But the track is so good. So it starts with this C minor, G minor, back and 4, 1, 5, minor 7 on the G minor. Very prominent. Time after time, I've done my sentence, but committed no crime. And then we come up to a E flat and an A flat, a classic 1-4 type thing. 3-6, depending on how you want to ground it. It doesn't matter how you want to look at music. It doesn't matter. You don't have to get bogged down in finding out where things belong and trying to justify things. In the moment is enough. What's going on in the moment, what makes sense to you in the moment is enough. So we come up to this 1-4 kind of thing. Time after time, I've had my share of sand kicked in my face. I've come through. So we come up to this lovely grand idea. And what's going on here? It's like a light world, dark world theme. So we've got the dark world. So it's created a light world, dark world. There's this idea. It's like a dance. It's, and then it's like a musical dance. So it's established this back and forth idea in the dark world, and now we've brought it to the light world, and then we come back to this E flat for a truly epic. Truly epic descending sequence where the bass leads. Now, very classic Queen to do the second degree of the key as a major. So we've established an E flat tonality or a C minor tonality being relatives of each other. For argument's sake, in the moment, we're E flat. And we've come up to this F major now. There's no A natural in the key of E flat. This is what they call a secondary dominant. It's a dominant extended from the dominant of the key of E flat. Now, not important. Don't think about it. I've come through, and then this is so awesome. So we have our little descending sequence that brings us to our fifth of E flat. Now the fifth tends to want to lead you back home. That's why they call it a perfect cadence, because it's perfect. 5-1. It tends to want to lead you back home. So we're almost, the brain is expecting that return to the tonal centre. But what do we get instead? Because it's Queen. Just boldly and fearlessly, they take that fifth and just stretch it up to C. It just gets hoisted up to C. We are the champions, my friend. We'll keep on fighting till the end. That is so brilliant. And this lovely chord progression now, we've established a new key signature here. At least you could argue that we have. Nothing's ever certain in music, you know. We could have wrote this whole thing out on a score in C sharp. It's in the key of C sharp. And we're going to adjust everything enharmonically on the score so that it sounds to be in F. Music. It's not about what's going on. It's about interpreting what's going on as easily as possible for the performer, for the sake of bringing the music to the listener. That's what's going on. That's what it's all about. So, we just got pure syrup. We got our F, our A minor, and then to our relative minor, and then our little. It's just beautiful rock music. And then what's cool about this is first time around, reach our relative minor. Second time, we come up to this lovely fourth, this lovely B flat. And now here's my favourite bit. The way that bass line, we'll keep on fighting till the end. It just rolls down. It's just like the whole thing just tumbles down. That's my favourite part, maybe, of the whole song. And then we get this very unique, and then this is cool. I've not really ever seen this anywhere. We are the champions. We are the champions. It's just. So we got our G minor, our second degree of F, and then we're keeping the G bass and stretching the G minor part of the chord up to A minor, getting this lovely A minor that leads with a G, and then upper minor third to this B flat minor, and then this E diminished chord. A diminished is a funny thing because you can station a diminished anywhere along the chain of diminished because they're built out of minor thirds. So they're interchangeable and they can slip and slide around almost magically, like some kind of, rule-breaking magic. I'm stating this purely for the sake of the arrangement. So there's no confusion specifically about what's going on musically. Then, no time for losers, 'cause we are the champions. That is so cool. It almost does the... But it leaves that B-flat chord essence there while stretching the note up to C, and you get a C11th chord. And now, arguably my favourite part of the song, It goes to the original idea, but in F minor, as opposed to, but we're here. So it, and then just so boldly, it stays on that C back into the original. That is so crazy, because it's almost like it dragged you away from the original C minor tonality with this fancy and so forth, and we come back to this. So it parallel minors the F. So we're in this F tonality. I mean, that's bold enough as it is anyway. And it's almost like you don't realise that it's in a different key from the start. And then it stays on that C minor and just slides back. I didn't even think it slides. It's almost like a stationary illusion where you're now, you got led out of it and then brought back to it for it to then let you know, oh, actually, no. Now we're back. And you thought we were back, and now we are. I wonder, did they put this much thought into it? Did it kind of just happen by accident? Because it's that good. And it's just, it's Queen magic. The textures, the... right down to the sound of the drums, and the like all of his like awesome guitar licks and that like metal coin sound, and it's just so awesome. That part where it leads you back in at the end is brilliant. And the other bit, I think that another secret ingredient is just the I think that is amazing. Now, I'm guessing you haven't heard it for a while, have you? No, you haven't. Get the headphones and go and listen to it. Amazing track. Queen Magic. And we're going to do another Queen song at some point on the channel. That one. Go and listen to it. Songs, Secrets and Magic. I'm Ezra Nixon, your host. Queen, we are the champions. Peace.